Hello and welcome to Connect, the weekly podcast of the California MBA featuring one-on-one interviews with movers and shakers in the mortgage industry. I'm Susan Milazzo, CEO of the California MBA, and I'm very happy that you could join us today. Before we get to today's guest, I'd like to thank our Connect podcast sponsor, Incelerate.
Thanks, Susan, and thanks for listening. This is Josh Wren, CEO and founder of Incelerate. We're grateful for our partnership with the CMBA and are committed as a company to help lenders close more loans. We do this with our customer experience platform that has a CRM, lead management, marketing, automation, robust content library, desktop and mobile applications. We do this to help you engage and stay connected to your current borrowers, referral partners, past borrowers, and potential new ones. If you want to find out why we're the fastest growing CRM provider in the mortgage industry, please reach out to us and ask for a demo.
Okay, thank you, Josh. And with that, it is my pleasure to welcome Mikhail Cook from Sagent to Connect. Mikhail, welcome.
Thank you, Susan. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, I know we talked about this a couple months ago, so I'm glad that we finally got it scheduled. I'm happy to have you here. So I want to start out like I always do. I always think it's an interesting journey. How did you get into a little bit about your background and how you got in the mortgage business?
Well, thanks for having me on, and excited to be here today. I actually got into the business back in 2002, working for a regional S&L, and it was interesting at the time because I was hired into a group called the Internet Business Group, which is, today you kind of think about that and it's kind of laughable, but it really kind of started off my journey and got me prepared to work where I'm at today at Sagent, where I work as the EVP of strategic sales, and really we're very focused on continuing to empower consumers to have greater transparency into their homes and also for our servicing clients. A lot of folks don't actually realize this, but Sagent actually powers 14 million loans a month and up and about 2 trillion in unpaid balances. I'm kind of going back into my time at the regional S&L. When we were when I was brought in, we were really focused on taking functions that the bank's customers would do in a branch or call in for, and really making them available on the net. And so that really taught me a lot about the business in terms of like, what are the business requirements? What is the technology that's needed to support them? And then how can you actually create a better consumer journey for our customers at the time? And that was really rewarding work. And when I think about what we're doing today from a mortgage digital transformation journey, it's very, it reminds me so much of what we're doing today.
Right, and speaking of today, we've got environment with rising interest rates, regulators, of course, expecting uptick in foreclosures. How is Sagent working with their customers to navigate this cycle?
That's a great question. We've been preparing for this alongside with our customers for the last couple of years, and really, going back to the beginning of the pandemic, Sagent really emerged as one of the first companies to be able to enable digital hardship and forbearance support for our customers, and really helping and have been very focused on helping our customers and consumers address the unique challenges of the times. And we've really designed an experience that allows servicers to guide homeowners through periods of financial uncertainty and arrive at the best outcome for all parties involved. And really, those self-service capabilities are really there and designed to help reduce calls into the call center and allow our servicing customers to focus on those that need it most.
What processes and kind of digital tools are you seeing the industry embrace in this kind of late stage pandemic environment?
We've been, I've noticed myself personally, additional traction on things like RON and alternative valuation products. We're also seeing a shift towards cloud-based computing, and what that does is provide a greater, a better consumer experience, a greater flexibility, and the ability to really control costs and provide savings.
And I've read that modernizing servicing is sometimes called the last frontier of the fintech era. Why do you think that is, and how is Sagent, tackling that challenge?
It's really kind of considered the last frontier because it's the biggest, most regulated and complex of all financial services. And we're really rooted in a belief that there needs to be the consumer at the center of all of the servicing world. And I'm really proud of how we help servicers maintain real-time compliance and customer care amid amongst these rapidly shifting market and policy changes.
So important right now, compliance with servicing, because as we talked about before, I mean, just the environment that we're in, that's what regulators are looking for, right? It's like, how are those customers, being cared for by their servicers at this point? Talk to me a little bit, why is it important to keep customers at the center of the servicing process?
Well, we don't ever really want to lose sight of the fact that we're servicing humans, and whether that be in good times or bad times. We really want to engage on a person-to-person level to help understand where borrowers are at, their situation, their intent, and really bring those tools forward to our customers to enable them to have the best outcome for all parties involved.
This next question is probably, we've kind of escalated ourselves to this through the COVID crisis, right? But, even with like the best self-serve options, there are certain borrowers that just prefer, human advice, contact when they're managing their loans. How do you weigh technology and human support when speaking with your customers?
Well, we strive to help our customers meet their customers where they are, right? And where the customers want to be at, right? So if they want to interact on the web, then we want to let them have a experience that is supported throughout that journey. But if they want to go to, and receive human support, then we want to enable that to have a rich and robust experience when they call into the call center.
Right. Got to, like you say, meet them where they're at. That's however best we can stay in good touch with those borrowers. I think that it makes regulators happy as well.
Absolutely.
So, you started out saying, you've been in this business for a good long while. What makes this market cycle different from previous ones, and how do you work with your customers to support them in this environment?
Yeah, these are unique times, and we've got a set of macroeconomic factors going on that's unique. This is different than 2007, 2008, 2009. You have things like record high equity. You have, we're still, even though there's starting to be a slight uptick in delinquencies, they're still at record lows, right? We're at pre-pandemic levels still. And, over the last several years, many lenders have, put in processes and technology that allows them to have really high quality and fully documented loans.
Right. It's definitely, I think it caught us all. I mean, not like we all didn't know interest rates were going to go up. It's just this, fast ramp up that kind of caught everybody a little off foot, but we will get through this cycle as well.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to say Sagent, of course, is a proud member of the California MBA. Very grateful for your support. Can you share with our listeners why the company chooses to support our association?
Yeah, we're proud to be members of the California MBA. Myself being, a native Californian, and my children are third generation Californians, I think it's really important to be engaged at the local level. And, oftentimes California is at the forefront of many of the issues, whether it be data privacy, compliance, or other items that come up, and those often because California is at the forefront of so many of those things, end up becoming issues that need to be addressed nationally. And so this enables myself as well as our organization to be involved both locally as well as nationally.
Yeah, we're definitely mindful of that, how things travel from the coasts inward, right? Got to make sure that we're taking care of business out here. Well, Mikhail, thank you so much for being part of the Connect podcast. It's been a pleasure having you, and I appreciate your support.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks to all of you for joining us today. To access any of our Connect podcast episodes, you can follow us on our YouTube channel. We're also available on SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. That's it for this week, and we'll see you next time on Connect.